So in the previous episode of the Eminence in Shadow, we got to see Best Girl Alexia, which is always nice, and we also got to see the Goddess's Trial, I believe that's what it was, with a bunch of people coming in, trying to get a fight from the Spectre Ghosts. The Spectre Ghosts, that's a redundant term, isn't it? Anyways, they trying to request a fight, and most of them get rejected. And when it was time for Cid to come up, because I would assume Rose did something and, you know, put his name in there for him, even though he didn't want to, he created a diversion via himself, and, you know, disguised himself as Shadow, and he ends up summoning Aurora, who is the Witch of Calamity, and for the first time, he was enjoying the battle, which was very nice, you know. It was just unfortunate that she was sealed, I assume, you know, like her full power. She couldn't come at him with like her full power and all that, but as he was leaving the seal of the Colosseum, or like the area that they're at, it seems like it's being answered, or it's being broken, whatever it is. Alpha has been waiting for this, I suppose. You know, she did invite everybody over here because she's got some questions about the coat and all that, and why the Archbishop had died, and now we have this acting Archbishop who is definitely not an evil man at all. But you know, perhaps we'll get to see some of our answers answered, some of our questions answered. There you go. You know, I've completely forgotten if I had any questions, but, you know, I'll figure it out once we get back into it. I'm sorry, I've been watching Iruma all month. The only thing in my head right now is Iruma. But I do have my full-length reactions up on Patreon, which you guys can check out in the description down below. And if you're not interested in the Patreon stuff, but you still enjoy these videos, just remember to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you want to, because as much as it is, once I hit 1,000 subscribers, that's when I've decided that I'm not going to ask for subscribers anymore, even though I've technically just started. Anyways, just a lot of YouTube-y mumbo-jumbo, so we're just gonna get started. We're back at that red tint again. Definitely. Uh-oh. I do remember Rose being like, "Hey, yo, dog, where's Cid?" Seems like it's... Oh, it's following him? Ah. What, it wants you to jump in? Hey, yo, dog, come on in. Yeah! Yeah, you should probably, might as well get it over with, because it's just gonna follow you all the way home, which is very funny. So he's back here, or...? Because it's the same symbol. But we'll have to see, eh? The Sanctuary, that's what it was called. What a smile on Beta. Everybody, get away from this red tint! It's very dangerous. Nah, we're gonna stay here. Oh. I suppose Iris did tell her about Alpha. Oh, they're also going in? This is the same place as, Cid, I assume? Ah, who cares? Beta. That's right, Alexia, let's just let her go. Such bad acting. My breasts hurt, but that's all? Uh-oh. He's just gonna put his own... No, not her boobs! No! Damn, she's really flashbacking to this. Damn, dude! In fucking pieces! Good answer! Uh-oh, you going in, Alexia? Oh, Rose coming after? Alright! See, this is why they should have had, like, at least someone to stop them, you know? Instead of... and they immediately hit Beta. Hell yeah. Damn, look at her hand just gripping on her biddies. I tripped and fell. Hmm. Hmm. Oh. A possess a well, we did know about the whole possessing. He made his way to Aurora. Oh, I'm glad you guys had the same feeling. She's over here just chained and he's just like... This wasn't part of... Wow. Oh, you know. You'll vanish into nothing. So what, you'll finally be able to die? What? Well, that's fun. Meanwhile, the fucking scientists are like, yeah, fucking, let's go! Oh, there's small Aurora. Whatever. Let's just walk away. I mean, she literally has the same mark. You gonna kill yourself? Damn, dude. And then the ones that didn't turn into those blob. It's just stuffed in her biddies. Attract new cells. I mean, just imagine how big Diablos is if that's his left arm. Don't look! That's not me! How many years has this been? Because, like, I was like, if it's been a long time, I'm just over like, I'm glad that he's... I see that he's still got a fucking bowling problem. So 2 major flaws? Dude, Alexia! Man, she's really pointing out his... So why? He ends up fighting everyone? Oh! So you coming back up, or are you just... Oh. Yeah, he's coming back. Still got time to interrogate him. Hmm. Why does it look like he just came out of Tron? Alright. We're continuing with this arc. Very enjoyable. That was... Jesus Christ, this episode was just... it was just fucking exposition ho. I'm gonna need to go back and, like, fucking look at a few things. Because, like, this episode, I genuinely feel like I needed to write some things. But if I... From what I've retained, you know, before I fucking distracted myself to oblivion at some point. Because, like, once you start saying a whole bunch of expositions, my brain kind of turns off at some point. I'm just like, whatever. I'll listen to it later. Well, that's the end. I don't know why, I'm always just assuming there's end credits, but whatever. Once with that done, I'm going to check out, where is the... trying to find a Kage-Jitsu. I actually can't remember if I've seen, episode 7 or not. I feel like I might have. No, I think I did. Did I? This is all... No, this is different. Game day underwear. Oh. Why are you fucking flustering? And thus, I asked you. An ordinary conversation, oh yeah. So what underwear do you wear? Huh? Come on, Epsilon. Damn! She's also wearing a thong. Uh-oh. Is it because she's so flat she doesn't wear a bra? I mean, her bra is technically the slime bitties. No, she's already written it in her fucking note. New bra. God, you know, look, honestly, I suppose that is one good thing about, being flat-chested, alright? You don't have to wear any fucking bras. Alright, so this is the 8th one that I've, completely forgotten. Why are you here in full garb? Fucking get in the bath! Yeah! She doesn't want to fucking be in there alone. Oh. Bath enforcing machine? Well, wait, she has to take a- wait, she has to take a shower first before she gets in the bath. Hold on. Guys, she's probably dirty. Oh my god. It's like a fucking Iron Maiden. Yeah, I don't... Is she just gonna drown in there? In theory? So I guess she's taking a bath, but no one gets to see her. Jesus Christ, dude. Like, that straight up was just a fucking Iron Maiden. But also, consider how steamy and, like, hot a fucking spring, you know, an onsen is. She's gonna be fucking boiling in there. Like, that's gonna melt off the fucking slime on her body. Okay. So that was the 8th one, and then here's the 9th one, which is, you know, so I'm caught up on Kage-Jitsu now. Someone they do their job, come on. Wow. Yeah, she does her job. Oh, look at Delta. Oh. That's a hard assignment. Zeta's just trying real hard. Oh shit! Dejected I am. God, the more I look at Delta, the more I'm just thinking of Power. It's just it truly is just like a fucking dog version of Power. It's very cute, very nice. I think in terms of Shadow Gardens, like the Shadow members, the 7 Shades. There you go. I think that's what it is. I genuinely like Delta a lot. I also like Zeta, but I think I just like their combination in general. But with this episode, right? Not the Kage-Jitsu, but with this current episode with Epsilon, holy shit, that one scene of just Epsilon's boobs just fucking flying off, and she's just like, I can't let people know about this. Oh, that is so fucking funny. Alright, we're gonna go back to the center now. I'm caught up with everything. Alright, so that was episode 12 of The Eminence in Shadow. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was... Well, actually, I think I said it. This is a very exposition-heavy episode. You know, it's a lot of information that I feel like this episode kind of makes me feel like I should be writing notes more than like just like the names, because like usually I have 2 modes. It's either I write down just the names and a few important places inside, you know, inside my notes and all that, or the other one is I actually write more detailed notes like I would for Mobile Suit Gundam, the Witch from Mercury. And so and so this episode really makes me want to write down notes specifically for this episode. But, you know what? I'm 12 episodes in. I don't want to write detailed notes, so... If I'm missing something, you know, feel free to let me know in the comments, as long as it's not just straight fucking spoilers from, like, the light novel. But, you know, if I'm missing some details from this episode, as I try to recount it, let me know what detail I missed in this episode. So I heard that the doors to the sanctuary was hidden inside the cathedral. So like the sanctuary is where they are right now, right? That white space? Yeah, like that whole memory stuff that they're in. That's what the sanctuary is, because they said that the sanctuary, what is his name? Jack Nelson. The sanctuary has responded to Cid, and the door is open. And so there's like one door in the sanctuary, and then the other door, or in the Colosseum, whatever, and the other door is just following Cid like, hey yo Cid, come on, get in here. I'm calling you right now, let's fucking get in here. So I actually just wanted to talk about Cid and Aurora first, since that's like the shorter part of like all the fucking exposition that's happening here. So Cid meets up with Aurora again, and he assumes that Aurora is the one who's calling him, but she doesn't remember. But also, she's in a fucking straitjacket, so, you know, there's a little, I don't know, I feel like when you see someone in a straitjacket, there might be something wrong with them, I don't know. But Cid is out here like, oh, I thought you were just training. I've been in a straitjacket before, so I thought that's what you were doing, you know? You and me, we are one and the same, I thought. I assume, you know, he's doing the straitjacket so he can figure out how to get out of it when he's, like, tied or whatever, you know, so he knows what to do in a hostage situation. But, yeah, she's in a straitjacket, so I suppose that is sort of what her seal is, so, because she's just like, oh, finally, I'm free after 1,000 years, or I assume it's 1,000 years, you know? I don't actually know how long it's been. I've been stuck in this white space for who knows how many years. But now, since she's free, she wants to get out, and Cid has the same idea too. He wants to get out. Their plan right now is to get to the core and just destroy the core, and that's going to break the fucking sanctuary, if I remember correctly. And it's an interesting thing when Cid says, okay, so what are you gonna do when you go out? You know, once you're free now. And she's just like, well, you know, I guess I'll just vanish into nothing. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, is she just bound to the sanctuary, or is she actually alive and that's why she's just sealed in here? Or again, if she's just bound to the sanctuary, then like once you get rid of that, does she mean that literally once it's over, she's just gonna poof, vanish into thin airs, you know? She's not here anymore. But also we saw that she was also a part of the memories as well, or at the very least when she and Cid were in that area, I assume that memory was hers, because she was when she was a small child, she was also in the lab as well, along with Olivier. So that's a little interesting. Not gonna lie, when I saw Aurora coming in and like reaching to talk to her small self, her younger self, all I was thinking about was, oh yeah, Attack on Titan. Stupid, but alright. We're continuing to get that little bit of a story, so that's interesting. But every time we've been getting like cracks, and I assume that's like the crack in the memory, and like it breaks, and then we see like the actual place and how it's, you know, I assume it's all been abandoned and all that. I assume they're just breaking the fucking memory, or at the very least they're breaking the illusion of the memory as they continue on. But yeah, we're still continuing that, and then so let's get on to the fucking exposition that is the rest of the Shadow Gardens, and also, you know, Alexia and Rose has decided to come with, because of course, you know. They've had their toes dipped a little bit in this whole cult shit, so they might as well just jump straight in and learn all about the cult of Diablos, you know, and what the fucking Shadow Gardens are up to. Although before they jumped into the gate and all that, and with Beta pretending to be a fucking hostage really bad. I love that Alexia was just out here like, you know, we should just let her die. Who gives a shit? I don't care about her. This is some good shit, dude. Was it Alexia who was also saying, like, man, her acting is really bad? Or is it someone else from the Shadow Garden? I have to see. Not buying the act. Really, I'll be alright. And then she goes and she says, my breasts hurt? It's such bad acting. My breasts hurts, but that's all. Fucking, alright, Beta, you're not really, You're not really playing through the whole fucking hostage shit. My breast hurts, but that's just about it. Okay, so the other dialogue that I missed was just, oh, so anybody can go through the door. Well, I feel like I've already talked about this whole situation with Epsilon, which is so fucking funny. Her fight with nature continues, which also, I don't know why, I thought this whole time that Epsilon, well, people knew about Epsilon's small biddies. You know, I thought that people knew about it, but from what we saw from the Kage-Jitsu, it seems like Beta doesn't really know about it, and also, I think it's Eta, right? I think that's, yeah, Eta also doesn't really know about it as well, so I assume this is just something that, perhaps, Alpha and Shadow, or if only Shadow knows, since he's the one who gave her this ability. Epsilon is out here still trying to keep the secret that, you know, she's the busty elf, but in reality, she's not the busty elf at all. She's the flat-chested one. So, yeah, I thought that, I don't know why, I thought that people knew about it and they were just, you know, whatever about it, but it seems like this is actually just a secret, so, okay. My mind has been corrected on that, I suppose, so good on Epsilon for continuing to be able to hide her identity. Okay, so with the revealment of Olivier, which is actually a girl and not a guy, which is an interesting thing, because if I remember Rose, it was Rose who's talking about it? It was either Rose or Alexia. I think it was probably Rose. Who was talking about, like, how there's so many people who come in to try and fight, but then maybe only like 10 people will be able to, and one person at one point had summoned the hero Olivier, and I think it was Cid who's just like, is that really, was it really Olivier? We don't know about that. I just remember the dialogues, I can't remember who said it specifically, but I think that's the order, but, you know, again, feel free to correct me on that. So, that was a nice little touch there, and so we find out Olivier, again, is in fact a girl, not a guy, and that, she has the same face, or at least Alpha has the same face as Olivier, and that got Nelson to be like, whoa, you're a possessed elf, you weren't compatible. And oh my god, and we hit this whole fucking lab shit, right? Where the people in the cult had been experimenting on orphan children. And I love the fucking... I love the little fucking montage that went by with all these children dying, and then the scientists going, yeah! We did it! A new scientific achievement! And the kids are just tortured and die. We did it, everyone! But, out of everyone who, you know, died and you failed to be compatible with the Diablo cells, as Alpha calls it, Olivier was the one who was compatible with it, and so she was also under not mind control, but she was just under their control, so despite her having all this power, she still listens to them, and they kind of, I assume they just fed her this whole thing of like, yeah, be a hero and all that. Well, she believed. I don't know if they fed it to her, but, you know, she believed that if she continued this whole thing, that they're going to get peace towards the end, and I don't think we know how Olivier died just yet. Where we were in the middle of the whole talk, because as at some point we were talking about like the bead. I need to write that down actually. I'm just gonna say bead. Is it the bead of Diablos? Anyways, they've got the beads, and they only have a limited amount of beads that they can make a month. I think that's what it is, because originally I thought they could only make 12 a year, so like once a month, but I think it's 12 a month. And so that's why Nelson was like, why do you think there's 12 people in the Night of Rounds? Because the Night of Rounds are all a part of the Code of Diablos, I suppose. We saw that Nelson has actually been here for a very long time, or at least during the time of Olivier, I assume, because he's taken the bead, and that's why he's able to survive all this time. Yeah, you know, and I was just thinking about his fucking balding, And of course, the first thing Alexia says is, "Ah, I know why. This bead is incomplete. Look at his head." Jesus Christ. But I suppose that does confirm that, well, I mean, sort of already knew that the Night Order has been infiltrated by the Cult of Diablos, but now Nelson's just really out here like, aha, the entire Night of Rounds are actually a part of Cult of Diablos. We can only make 12, and why do you think we have 12 Night of the Rounds? And I suppose that's why Xenon wanted to become a part of that too, because, you know, he could gain some sort of immortality, even though they could only make 12 a month. So I guess he's gonna have to take somebody out in the night. Anyways, Xenon's already dead, who cares? Nelson did call himself the 11th, I think that's what it is, and, you know, I assume we're going by numbers, like, the lower the number is, the more powerful they are, so he's the 11th out of the 12. I don't know if we're going by then, or, you know, it's just the number of when they join. Okay. So Olivier did sever the arm of Diablos. So like she took his left arm, and the cult used it in order to create these pills that we've been seeing. You know, the pills that the fucking cult has been just taking to get, you know, unlimited power and all that. And so the refined form that they wanted was the bead that will grant them an ageless immortality. So, to this day, you have yet to perfect the beads of Diablos, and you assume the keys to your perfect drug are the immobilized demon's limb and the hero's descendants. People like me, the girl with Olivier's blood running thickly in her veins. And that's why because he called her a possessed elf, right? And so I assume, and Alpha says that she has Olivier's blood running inside of her, but she's not compatible. I don't know, unless Olivier had like a very long lineage of family lines. Did Olivier birth a bunch of kids? Unless, again, she's got like a really long and big family lineage. And, you know, they all spread out and fucking, you know, made more elves and all that. And that's why they've been continuing the whole experiment on orphan children, and also, okay. Which also kind of makes me wonder, like, after they finish experimenting with Alpha and she was, you know, that possessed elf, I believe when Cid found her, he was like, he had destroyed, like, some bandits who were technically a part of the Cult of Diablos, but he didn't realize it at that time. And then he found her, and then he took her to someplace, and then he experimented on her. Okay. Alright, my I've got it. Okay, so I think of all the exposition, that's for the most part what I've gathered, and we're gonna have a fucking battle in the next episode. So, pretty nice. Again, I feel like I don't really have too much to say other than just trying to remember all of the fucking shit that they just told us about the Cult of Diablos. To which, I guess the Cult of Diablos, I mean, they are using Diablos' stuff, but, like, that also means that, because I think in the fairy tale that they were talking about, that the heroes defeated Diablos, right? But Diablos is actually still around. I don't know where the fuck he is, but they've only got his left arm in order to experiment on. But Diablos is just somewhere out there without a left arm. He's just over like, these motherfuckers. Where is Diablos, you know? It seems like, I thought that they were out here to worship him, but it just seems like they really just want to use his power. Yeah, they just want to use his blood and gain immortality for themselves. To which, now it just makes me more curious about Diablos himself, you know? Is he actually just this fucking demon out here to destroy the world? Cause like Nelson had said, oh, we have to use his blood against him in order to defeat him, you know, before he does some bad shit or whatever. And Alpha says, oh, that's just an excuse that you're using. And so now I'm just kind of like, oh, who is Diablos? What is this man doing? Is he chilling somewhere right now? He's just out here with no left hand. He's just like, these motherfuckers, I'm gonna get them next time. So that's interesting to know that, for the most part, I mean, There's also that whole thing with like the possessed elves, and I can't remember specifically whether they wanted did they wanted another person like Olivier, you know, someone who's strong enough to, I don't know, cut another limb from Diablos. Yeah, Diablos is gonna be out there like, fuck, dude, stop aiming for my limbs. I'm just trying to chill right now. But was that one of their plans, or like they wanted to make another Olivier so then they could go and get more parts of Diablo so then they could finish, or as Alpha said, they just want to experiment on these children in order to perfect the drug, because right now the drug is incomplete. Immortality, man. Pretty fucking wild. But also, now I'm still trying to figure out how long has it been. Like, how long is Nelson specifically? But also, if Nelson said that if there's 12 people of the rounds, and they can make 12, before I fucking, you know what? I've been zooming around. Let me check. Grant tremendous power and a body that never grows old. Yeah, ageless, immortality. So that's what the coat is really after. Look at our friendly priest Nelson, and then look at the man. Yeah. Does anyone see a striking resemblance? 2 major flaws. And an Alexia. Can't cure your balding, huh, Nelson? Ah! Okay. Okay, so the first flaw is that it has to be taken at regular intervals. What's the second flaw? I don't think, again, I feel like my brain has turned off at some point. Second is that they can only, okay. And so she said it's only 12 in 1 year. No, they can make 12 in a year. Sorry. Okay, I've completely confused myself with that whole shit. No, they needed to take once a year, and they can make 12 a year. So they've got 12 people. Fucking genius. Fucking genius brain, dude. Anyways, to go back to where I was before I got distracted with that, but at least I've corrected myself. They've got 12 people and 12 beads of Diablos. So that means that how many numbers of these people have been living for a long time and nobody fucking bats an eye at them unless they change position or whatever, and, you know, they go into a different disguise. I don't know. We'll just have to figure that whole shit out, but I think I'm done with the whole looking back at this whole exposition shit. So, like I said, it's a nice episode that just really out here fucking explained to us more about, like, the Cult of Diablos and all that, so it was nice. If I'm missing anything else in the episode, feel free to let me know, but I think I got the gist of it now. Now that I've corrected myself into oblivion. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next episode.